Well, as Harry Potter fans out there are flocking to theaters right now for the 7th and the final movie in this series, there is an unofficial Harry Potter cookbook with recipes for foods from the stories about that young wizard's life and world. And Melissa Dobbins is a registered dietitian and a spokesperson for the Illinois Dietetic Association. Melissa is here with her daughter, who is an expert in everything Harry Potter. How are you guys?
Good, thank you.
I already like how you have the setup here. So you actually went out, and Sarah, your birthday wasn't too long ago. How old are you?
I'm now 11.
You're now 11, and for your birthday, your mom got you that cookbook, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That is like the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. So what type of recipes does Harry Potter and his buddies eat?
Well, Harry, it says in the book that he loves anything treacle, like treacle pudding, treacle tarts. They have pumpkin pasties and cauldron cakes. And a lot of fun stuff.
A lot of fun stuff. And of course, Melissa, having that eye toward health, probably looked at the cookbook and said, maybe a few of these recipes can be modified.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what did you do? What did you discover in there?
Well, we first of all chose some of the recipes that already had some redeeming nutritional quality through ingredients such as milk or strawberries, blueberries, pumpkin.
Okay.
And, we thought, well, you can have your cake and eat it too by modifying some of the fat, the sugar, or the sodium. And so what we did, we made blancmange, which is like a custard, pumpkin bread, some eggnog, and some blueberry muffins. And what we did with the blancmange is we substituted skim milk for the whole milk and whole milk for the heavy cream, and we reduced the fat content from 8 grams to 1 gram per serving.
All right, that's
Huge
a significant jump right there,
right.
no
and you're
doubt.
still getting all the nutrients from the milk, just without the fat.
Okay.
And the pumpkin bread, we reduced the sugar about 25%. You can do that in almost any cake or cupcake, and you won't even notice the difference. And
you mean like instead of a cup of sugar, use 3/4 cup?
Exactly.
Really?
Exactly. You won't even tell the difference.
All right.
In fact, that's what we did with the blueberry muffins,
okay.
too.
That's
and
something I've never tried. Interesting.
Very simple. And sugar is required for structure, not just flavor, but you can get away with that.
Okay, very good.
And the pumpkin bread still provides an excellent source of beta-carotene. There is some eggnog recipe in here from scratch, but these are some festive options that you just get low-fat eggnog from the store. It saves you 50 calories and 5 grams of fat per half cup. And this is a peppermint and this is a chocolate one, so really easy. And then we made the blueberry muffins, and we're going to show you the modifications we made with that. And Sarah's going to mix up our ingredients here.
All right.
We're going to add light sour cream instead of regular sour cream. So that saves 15 grams of fat for the whole recipe.
Right.
And you're still getting, again, all of the nutrients and everything, but just less fat. And then it calls for 2 cups of blueberries. Now, blueberries have more antioxidant than any other fruit, so we decided to try 3 cups of blueberries, and that's how it turned out. And we made mini muffins. The recipe is actually called oversized muffins, so we made mini muffins. So you're chopping down the fat and the calories and the sugar by making it a smaller portion as well.
You know, that is so hard to do, because then you want to have 5 of them. So what do you recommend? Instead of having the oversized muffin, do you really recommend like maybe 1 or 2 of the smaller ones?
Yeah, you're going to get 2 or 3 of these mini muffins for 1 muffin. So it depends. I think it's easier to eat just a little mini muffin, especially with kids, little tiny finger food type things,
true.
versus eating part of a whole muffin. I think psychologically it's harder for us to do that.
I know. We got to make the mind shift, though. So I appreciate the message, no doubt. So how is that going there? Have you made a lot of recipes from your new cookbook?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about the Harry Potter series coming to an end, too?
Well, I think that J.K. Rowling should make another series about Harry's kids or from one of the other characters' points of view. Because it would just be more like, I don't know, interesting to see what other characters were thinking.
Right. Well, you know, that's a good tip. You might want to send her a note on that one. There's some money to be had there. All right. Thank you, Melissa and Sarah.
Stacey.
Nice to meet you, too. All right. Well, we've posted all of Melissa's recipe modifications on our website, too, along with the general tips on how you can easily modify really any recipe to make it healthier. That's what Melissa does. She's an expert at that. Just go to our website at ABC.